We all love a good tower defense game. It's honestly one of my favorite genre of Roblox games. Now last video, I made a fishing game using ChatGPT and you guys told me to try Gemini. So let's make our very own tower defense game. So we're gonna start by explaining to the AI what we're doing, and we're gonna force it to think that it's a world-class developer. Okay, so first it's telling me to make a bunch of folders, which makes it really organized, so that's a good start. So let's go back to the AI and see what scripts it gave me. So there's 3 scripts, mainly for the enemies, and let's just copy and paste them. And of course, we're gonna need at least one enemy so that we can properly test this. So here's our first enemy, and now I'm just gonna put him in the mobs folder, and let's see what the AI can do. Okay, so after running the game for the first time, we have our first error. So let's try sending this to Gemini and see what it does. So I'm just gonna paste this in here and let me see what it says. Okay, turns out I just renamed something wrong, so it should work now. And there we go. So let's just try making a few more parts and see how this goes. So I'll maybe make them go back around. We'll go this way and then right. And it seems to be working. It's even spawning the speedy zombies, so we already have 2 different types of zombies. So now we're gonna work on the enemy waves, and it gave me a bunch of scripts and structures for how it should be. So I did what it told me, and it should be doing waves now instead of just spawning them randomly. So there's a 5-second timer, and then the first wave starts. So it seems to be working. And it started wave 2. So it actually seems to be working properly, which is not what I expected. This is honestly doing a way better job than ChatGPT, which I used in my last video. You can go check that out if you want. So since the waves are already working, I thought, why not start on the map? So I'm gonna start with something very basic like a forest. So I'll start by making the base plate green, and I'm gonna make a very simple path that goes around all the way to my base. Alright, I think this is good enough for the first map. So now all we have to do is place these waypoints in each corner so that the zombies follow them throughout the whole path. Okay, now let me just make all of these invisible and let's see what this looks like. So I'm gonna delete the zombie as well, and let's hit play. So after 5 seconds, the first wave should start and they should follow this path. And there we go, the first one spawned. For some reason it's backwards, but I think that should be easy to fix. And it's following the path all the way through. Once they hit the end, they get destroyed. Now let's ask the AI what we should do next. Okay, so it wants to do a player data system. So it's gonna save your cash, your health, and your score. So let's do that. Okay, I did everything it told me, and let's see what it does. So far it looks the same. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, so the AI says it is working, but we're not updating any UI, so we can't see it basically. Okay, so I just loaded in and I see some UI. It honestly doesn't look that bad. Let's see if it actually updates the health though when they hit the base. Okay, so it actually minus 5 health, so the game seems to be working. But now what happens when we hit 0 health? So I'm just gonna wait a bit and see. We're at 28 health and I think this should end the game. So 5, 3, 0. Okay, it doesn't do anything, but I guess it works because it's not going below 0. So it actually stopped the game, which is quite surprising. I didn't really expect it to get this working within pretty much the first try. Of course, the goal of the game isn't for them to get to your base. It's to kill them before they do. So now we need some towers to place that can kill the zombies. So it only gave me one script for the towers and it updated one of the previous ones. I'm just gonna paste this here and I need to update this one as well. Okay, before going in to test the game, let's make some turrets. I'm gonna make some basic ones just to see if it works, and then I'll make some more complicated ones. Okay, I'm just gonna use these 2 for now and see if this works. So I need to put them in the towers folder just like it told me. And let's run the game. The UI is kind of out of my screen, but let's see if I can place it. Okay, so it just disappears. It's not how it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, I reached the limit for using Gemini, at least the thinking version. So I'm gonna use the fast version, but I'm not sure how good this is. Okay, so this is kind of where everything starts going wrong, because this thing has just been giving me wrong scripts, and now there's more errors than before. So I'm kind of stuck. So I can place the towers, but I don't even know what to say. What? This AI is kind of worse than ChatGPT now, just because I switched to the fast model. This took a pretty long time, but I think we've got something now. The only problem I was having is sometimes the model disappears like this, and turns out this wasn't a bug. Whenever you press right click, it cancels the placement. And since I need to use right click to move my camera, it cancels it. And I thought that was a bug, so we need to change that. But the turrets sort of work, even though they look kind of goofy. Surprisingly, it fixed the cancelling thing first try. So right now, when I select the turret, it says press X to cancel, and it works. Now that we have a basic game working, let's decorate the map because it looks really boring, to be honest. I'm also gonna place some invisible walls around the whole map just so that the players don't walk off. So the map looks much better now, but one thing you can do is this. Yeah, it looks kinda cool, but I don't really think it's too fair. I think the cannon can even reach the zombies from here. Let's also add a few grass spots just randomly around the map. It's already looking much better than before. But two main things we're missing are the enemy base over here and our base right here. So since we're in a forest, I'm making this cave type of thing which the zombies will come out from. And for the player's base, I'm thinking of doing something like the Minecraft witch hut. But first, let's see what this looks like. So they're gonna come out any second now. Maybe I should move the spawner a bit back so it looks like they're actually coming out of it. It should look better now. Let's see. And there we go. It actually looks like they're coming out of it. Okay, I think this isn't too bad for the hut. Now when we play the game, it actually looks like a proper tower defense. So the enemies are going from their base all the way to our base. And we can even place turrets, which work. And once the zombies reach the end, the health goes down. So it's been a day and I finally got back the better version of Gemini. So let's make a difficulty system where the players can choose the difficulty before the game starts. So I let Gemini do its thing and here's what it did. The UI looks kind of dark for some reason. Let's choose normal. For some reason it's not in order, but I guess that's fine for now. So I'm gonna place a cannon here and see how much damage it deals. And the zombie spawned. So it two-shots the zombies. And from each kill, we get 10 cash. So this time let's choose insane and do the same test. Okay, the zombie spawned. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So it hit the zombie 4 times and it still didn't die. So it's clearly much more difficult. And from 1 kill, we got 8 cash. So it gives less cash. Maybe it's a bit too difficult, but it works at least, and we can probably easily adjust it. I got the colors working and now they're in the correct order. But one problem I have is I reached the thinking limit again. Even though I only sent like 5 prompts to it today, so I'm gonna have to switch to the worst one again. Anyways, let's improve these models because they look pretty boring. And these are much better. And I also added one more, which is the military base. And instead of just shooting enemies, it's gonna send out cars all the way from your spawn, which will follow the path and hit the enemies. But let's work on these two first. Okay, so I got the turret and the cannon working, and I can place them down, but there's only one problem. When the zombies spawn and the cannon shoots them, it rotates the whole model up and down, which looks really weird, and we don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna make it so only the top part can rotate. So it didn't really go too well. Okay, never mind. I actually kind of got it to work. So if I place this cannon, it should go towards them. It's actually looking towards them. Now it's time to get the military base working. So I'm just gonna find a car from the toolbox because I'm too lazy to make one. Yeah, I think we'll use this one. So we just have to make it the size of the path, maybe about this size. And now we have to ask the AI to make this work. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this is possible. The AI just completely ruined the game, and when I place this military base, the cars collide with the zombies, they don't do anything, and the base doesn't even take damage anymore. Basically, everything was going wrong. And that's mainly because I can't use the good version of Gemini again, and I keep reaching the limit. I mean, at least it's spawning multiple cars, I guess. So I'm not gonna lie, the AI was pretty disappointing. And it wasn't really able to do what I wanted because it kept changing stuff on its own and breaking things. So I think I'm gonna end this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.